What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It is your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. Here I am with the Week 12 edition of the True Blue Aftermath.
You want to be great, you got to work at it, right?
I'm on one today. It's a great day to be great, bro. Remember that. It's a great day to be great. Let's go out here. Let's get a win. Let's focus on the details, man.
Just want to start off saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. But look, once again, the New York Giants go down for the second straight week, 28-20 against the Dallas Cowboys, the division rival, the Dallas Cowboys, losing their second game to the Cowboys this season, getting swept on the season by the Dallas Cowboys. And look, I want to get something off my chest before all y'all little Twitter analysts and Facebook analysts and whatever other social media platforms y'all use, man. Don't question this New York Giant team's heart this week. When y'all talk all the stupid shit y'all like to say, y'all start talking that bullshit, don't question the New York Giants' heart. We went out there very undermanned today. Very undermanned against a loaded Dallas Cowboys football team. And for the first half, we went toe-to-toe with them. Toe-to-toe. Of course, the Cowboys will come out in that third quarter and take full control of the game after halftime. Came out, started the third quarter off with that big, long drive, and the New York Giants, big, long touchdown drive, the Giants, they pretty much sucked the wind out of the game right there. That took up half the third quarter on the opening drive of the third quarter. And they never looked back. Just couldn't get it together in the second half. But I want to point out, like I said, I'd like to bring up the good, the bad, and the ugly. Bring up a little bit what I could summon as the good is, like I said, this team got heart. What's going on, Coach Dante? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, good brother. This team got heart. So that's one thing good. We didn't lose that. We just, like I said, very undermanned out there. Had a guy, a young man had to step up today at cornerback, Rodarius Williams. I want to shout that man out because that man had a pretty solid day. Didn't know what to expect, but he held his own. They wasn't really picking on him too much. They tried a couple of times, but he was making plays out there. So they went away from him, started picking on the guys that obviously couldn't make the plays. We'll be getting to them in a second. As far as that's about all that is about all I got for the good right now, because that's about all I can really say that was good today. Offensive line, not good enough nearly. Pressure damn near every drop back. Pressure damn near every single drop back. Daniel Jones, he was just average, man. I'm gonna say average. I'm not gonna say below average. I'm gonna say average because you had a lot of pressure in your face the entire game. At the same time, there were still throws that needed to be made. And they was. I'm glad you said that because I was going to get to that too in a little bit. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stepping up and saying that because it's the truth, man. I was watching that the whole way. They was absolutely just come on. They was just holding on for dear life on Kayvon Thibodeau. He could have easily had a couple of sacks in this game. Easily could have had a couple of sacks in this game. And the referees just wasn't throwing them flags for those holding calls. At the same time, end of the day, they were still calling plenty of other penalties on the Cowboys. So I can't even, I throw that out the window as well. Now, it was some bad shit going on out there today. Andrew Thomas, you had a rough day at the office. For the first time this season, Micah Parsons wrecked this game. Micah Parsons took you to school, Andrew Thomas, to be quite frank. Ain't nobody have you looking like that all season. You was a turnstile messing with Micah Parsons today, unfortunately. But hey, Micah Parsons is a special talent, and he does that to people from time to time. I'm not gonna beat you up, Mike Andrew Thomas, because you've been solid all season. You've been one of the best left tackles in football all season. And one bad game, it happens. Happens to the best of them. Everybody's not gonna be perfect all season long. And there's a lot that was ugly. That secondary, man. Cordell Flott, Darnay Holmes. Y'all ain't the answers. Y'all ain't the answers to nothing. Getting absolutely torched out there. Like I said, Rodarius Williams stepped up to the plate and had a solid performance out there today. They stopped picking on Rodarius Williams. They tried a couple times early and they learned, he's gonna make plays over on this side. Let's go to this side where these guys ain't making no plays. That's what they did. Every time Michael Gallup made one of them big catches, who was right in front? Who was the cornerback right in front of him or right behind him, not able to make a play? It was Cordell Flott. CeeDee Lamb, all those big plays CeeDee Lamb was making, who was out there unable to make a play? Darnay Holmes. Getting torched all game long. Absolutely atrocious. And this run defense, it's not nearly good enough. Not nearly good enough. That's just pathetic effort out there. Our run defense has to get better. Just can't keep letting teams gash you each and every week. Can't just keep letting that happen. Can't allow that to happen. You can't let it go down like that. Came out, you played so hard in that first half. And in the second half, it was just like that third quarter happened. I don't like, and they went downfield on that long drive, scored a touchdown. We get the ball, and then it's like we go for it on that fourth down. Sure, from one standpoint, Barkley should have caught that pass because at the end of the day, you still got to make the play. At the other end, Daniel Jones got to try to get a better ball, get a better ball in there, and Barkley had plenty of room to run with that thing. Also, though, but with all of that being said, O-line, fucking block, because that's what you get paid to do. Because the one thing people ain't talking about with that play seem to be all magically forgetting is Daniel Jones did have somebody right in his fucking face when he was delivering that ball. It wasn't like he was just sitting in a clean pocket and missed on the throw. This O-line had a terrible day. And I get it. 3 backups out there. I mean, I don't really want to consider Nick Gates a backup, but this season he kind of is. But at the same time, 3 non-starters, 3 non-regulars out there. Put it that way. But it doesn't matter. It's not an excuse to not get the job done. Because that's what you get paid to do. But like I was saying, man, this comes down to a talent thing, man. Like my super dope co-host on Wednesdays on the Real Deal NFC East Roundup, Adam would always keep saying and keeps pounding, keep saying it to me for sure. What's going on, Almighty Finesse? Happy Thanksgiving, good brother. He like he said, man, like he always says, it's the talent, man. We're talent deficient on this team. And he's right. That's what won the Dallas Cowboys this game. Had we had our regulars out in this game, I feel as though we would have took the Cowboys to school. Really do. I really do. Had we had some of those names that's not in this lineup, the Azeez Ojularis, the Dory Jacksons, the Fabian Moreaus, the Daniel Bellingers, the Evan Neals, we had some of these guys out there. There's no doubt in my mind that this would have been a different outcome today. It would have been. The way this game went down with the guys we were playing with, give me a break. Wan'Dale Robinson, exactly. If we had just a few of these guys out there, this would have been a whole different outcome tonight. But it would have been a much happier Thanksgiving for me. But at the end of the day, it's football. It's a rough sport. People get hurt, and that's what it is. And like Almighty says right here, next man up, man. It's got to be next man up no matter what. That's what you guys all get paid to do. And it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. But like I said, don't question this team's heart, though, because they played with a lot of that today. I agree, Coach Dante. We were, like you said, undermanned and out-talented today. That's what it came down to. Like, that's why I was just saying, like, we had just some of those guys in the lineup, man, it would have made a difference in this football game. Just the way things played out. But, what are you gonna do? You gotta go with the guys you got, man. The healthy guys. You gotta see what you got, man. Look, we just ran out of steam, man, against a team that just had way more talent than us. That is what it comes down to. And I just want to also just put one more thing to rest, man. Putting one more thing to rest. I don't want to hear another word about a Kenny Galladay. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about what he gonna do, what he can do. Well, we're just not using him the right way. I don't want to hear shit about a Kenny Galladay. No more. No targets, no catches, no nothing. This guy has 4 catches on the season, and yet he's getting more money than every wide receiver that was on the field today. He's getting paid more money than every wide receiver that was on the field today. And he got 4 catches on the season for like 50 yards. So I don't want to hear nothing else about a Kenny Galladay. I'm done with that guy. I'm done talking about that guy. I'm done wasting energy on that guy. I mean, it was some crazy penalties, and the touchdown they took off the board early in the game on us, that was a joke of a penalty. But at the same time, the Cowboys got penalized more than we did, bro. They absolutely did. So I can't even really go there with the penalties because the Cowboys got penalized more than we did today. What's going on, Jaden? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Thanks for stopping in. But that's what I was just talking about. That Hodgins touchdown, that callback, that was rough. Because I feel like they wouldn't have called that the other way. What did he, like, barely step over the line of scrimmage? And they called him downfield? Give me a break. He might have, like, barely stepped over the line of scrimmage. He wasn't downfield. It's a difference. Like, so that was just a chintzy call. Take a touchdown off the board with that. Referees did get involved more, and I would like to say, but like I said, the Cowboys are penalized more, and I can't complain about the penalties. But they hurt. Some of them they hurt. They come in bad spots and they hurt. Because a couple of times, yeah, they was keeping drives alive for the Cowboys. So I feel you. But at the end of the day, I can't complain. The penalties wasn't the reason we lost this football game today. It just wasn't. I mean, we know the final score. See, it's 28-20, but we know what that last touchdown was as well. That was just the Cowboys just letting us go downfield and do what we wanted to at that situation because they weren't worried anymore about losing the football game. They could have. I agree with that, Coach, because that was a big one. Because I do agree. You're right. That was a joke. That was weak. That was weak. That was on. They called that on Rodarius Williams, as a matter of fact, who was having, like I said, a pretty solid game, and I believe that was. I believe he was just fighting for the football as well, and that should have been a no call. But like I said, what are you gonna do, man? You can't do nothing about that. That's what happens. It happens to everybody. I can't really sit here and complain about penalties, man. I just can't do it. Bad calls get called against everybody. It's situations that cost us this football game. Like I said, they had great players, and we had a lot of average players out there today. And like I said, even one of our best players had a rough day today. So it is what it is. I mean, Andrew Thomas had a rough day. And it was tough to watch because he's been playing really good football all season, but Michael Parsons just really, really abused him today. Hitting him with the speed rushes, just throwing all kinds of moves on him, getting around him. It was just too much for Andrew to handle today. And I mean, look, like I say, Andrew Thomas has had a great season. There's no doubt about it. I feel like there's no doubt about it. He's going to be a Pro Bowler this year, maybe even an All-Pro. this year. And, like I said, he had a bad day at the office, man. And it happens. But we just got to figure out a way right now, because right now we might not be serious contenders for this division anymore, but we are still very much in the mix for a wild card spot, and we got to focus on that. And we still got three straight division games left in this stretch right here. We got them Commanders next week, followed up by them Philadelphia Eagles, and then another showdown with the Commanders, man. And we got to figure it out. We're going to have to figure it out and pull together and come out there with that same heart we came out with today against these other teams, man, and hopefully we can actually finish a game off. Hopefully we get a little bit healthier next week. We're going to definitely need to. But we'll see. Good. One thing positive is with all the injuries we have, we do have some extra days to get ready for our next game against the Washington Commanders. We got a little extra time to get ready for that, to get prepared for that game. Get some of these guys a couple extra days off that they need to get rested up and get healed up, and get back in that, and get back in the facility and get ready for them Washington Commanders next Sunday. That game is now huge. That game is now absolutely going to be huge. So we're going to see what happens, man, next Sunday with the Commanders, man, because now that game has become an absolute must-win. Absolute must-win. And we're going to have to sell out in that game. We're going to have to figure out a way. We're going to have to get our best player back on track. Number 26 has had two very, very anemic weeks in a row. So we're going to have to get number 26, Saquon Barkley, back on track. And we're going to have to get our quarterback playing with that same confidence he was playing with earlier in the year. Not to say that I'm not saying he was looking too rattled today, but at the same time, just got to get him back in a little bit of a groove that he was in, where he was playing just smarter football, making better decisions. And just got to figure out who's going to step up and be the person that's going to step up on this offense. Like I said, Saquon Barkley, man, is now at the point where he's just getting, I feel like opposing teams are just absolutely game planning for him in a way where they're just taking him out the game. What's going on, Alex? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Yeah, it was a tough game, brother. Rough day at the office, man. Another rough day at the office. But I think they like the heart the team played with, especially in the first half. But, just like I said, I think we just didn't have, like Coach Dante said earlier in the comments, we didn't have the horses today, man. That's what it came down to. Dallas Cowboys talent just took over. So it is what it is. We got to move on and get ready for Washington, and that's going to be a huge game now to maintain the control we kind of have still on a wild card spot, because we still kind of have a good, solid, firm hold on that at the very least, and we got to continue to win and try to figure it out, because at this point we've come too far this season now. I'm sorry, as a fan coming into this season, I didn't expect much. I didn't even expect but about 7 wins on the year. We're sitting with 7 wins already. I don't want us to. We can't finish with 7 wins at this point now, because then that would be disappointing to me with the way this season got started off. So we need to. We got to get things turned around, man. But I feel confident we can do that. I absolutely feel confident that we got what it takes to turn this around and get ready for the rest of this season, man, and get ready to hold off a couple teams that are sniffing close to our heels now. So, I mean, in a sense, one of those teams got knocked off earlier today, Detroit. But I mean, if they would have won that game against Buffalo, they would have been a team that we would have had to been concerned with as well, as a team coming up, trying to come and steal one of those playoff spots, one of those wild card spots. So we can say thank you to Buffalo, took care of that, keep them at bay. Still got Seattle, that Seattle-San Fran mixture, whichever one of them is going to win the division or just be the wild card. We got to worry about that. And we still got to deal with the teams like we got the Atlantas of the world that's still hanging around too. Washington, like I said, they're now right in our division. Here's the time we got to take care of, handle our business. We got the Washington Commanders. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. We got the Washington Commanders. Those next 3 games, critical. Critical stage. We are now 0-2 in the division. Losing both times to the Cowboys, season sweep. Got to figure out a way to beat Dak Prescott. Have not beaten Dak Prescott since 2016. Got to figure out a way to beat Dak Prescott. But got to wait till next year to get at a shot unless we can see him in the playoffs. You never know. But yeah, this is about all. I missed Thanksgiving, so like everybody else, I'm about to probably get out of here early on this aftermath Thanksgiving edition of the Aftermath, man. It's a bummer, tough day. I appreciate your guys that did come through and hear me out. But like I said, all you social media analysts, what's going on, Adam? All the social media analysts, y'all going to say everything y'all going to say all week. Don't question this team's heart, because this team got a whole lot of that. They just ain't got enough talent out there, especially today. Like I said, just a few of those guys in the lineup, just a few, would have made all the difference in the world in this football game. Clearly. I mean, we went out there, like I said, that first half and competed with a team loaded with the talent the Cowboys have, with the guys that we were playing with. Like I said, but that's how it goes, man. That's the way it goes. And that is my super dope co-host, Adam Costas, representing, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, good brother, man. I really appreciate you sliding through real quick. I was probably about to wrap this thing up, though, I think, because, Thanksgiving edition. Want to get back to doing some things with my family. And I know other people is doing their thing, too, as well, man. So I appreciate everybody stopping through, man. And don't worry. This team is going to keep fighting the rest of the way. And I still expect positive things. And I still expect to play into January and beyond, hopefully. Hopefully. We'll see what happens, though, man. It's not going to be easy. But this team got the heart to get it done. And I think they can. And I think they will. I think they build off of this game right here. I really believe they do. We'll see what happens next upcoming weeks with these injuries, getting some of these guys back in the lineup. Get some stability on that O-line. Get some of these guys back in the secondary, hopefully. And we'll see what happens. But it's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Thank y'all for coming out, man. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. And it's y'all boy, Mac the Giants fan, man. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MacDa Giants fan.